from within, it's from within that I be kissed from within.
You give nothingness to nothingness. Take me away until only I am.
You give emptiness to emptiness. Take me away till only I am.
Before a wave rises, it is ocean. Before desire moves, it is emptiness. You give everything to everything. Take what I am not until only I am.
You give nothingness to nothingness.
Take me away until only I am.
This eternal moment, there are no desires. Just keep quiet and see what you really are.
Before a wave rises, it is ocean. Before desire moves, it is emptiness. You give nothingness to nothingness. Take me away until only I am.
You give emptiness to emptiness. Take me away
Until only I am. You give nothingness to nothingness. Take me away until only I am. You give emptiness to emptiness. Take me away until only I am. Thoughts arise from the ocean of the self. It is all taking place in the presence of you. Even a full flight of the mind. There is an inner stillness, a deeper seeing going on. Be one with this, to stay as a witness. Be one with this, just be the witness in the sea. All will change and transform into quietness in the sea. All will change and transform into silence. Be one with this, to stay as the witness. Be one with this, just be the witness. Thoughts arise, calling you to play. Something gravitates, something goes out. Attention is drifting. What watches this? Even in full flight of the mind. The movement is quiet. From this inner place, there is an inner stillness, a deeper seeing going on. Be one with this, to stay as a witness. Be one with this, just be the witness. Be one with this, to stay as a witness. Be one with this, just be the witness. Om Aham Soham Tattvam Asi. Om Aham Soham Tattvam Asi. Om Aham Soham Tattvam Asi. I am He that you are. I am Jiva. I am Jiva. You are. You are always in my heart. Never shall we be apart. You are always in my heart. Never shall we be apart. Om Namah Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Namah Shivaya. Om
Tarun, can you hear me? The hangout is full now as we have a nice space, so could you please leave to make space for Father? Okay, thank you.
It is done. Hallelujah. It is done. You are always in my heart. Never shall we be apart. I am always in your heart. Never shall we be apart. Om Namah Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 It is done. It is done. Hallelujah. It is done. It is done. It is done. Hallelujah. It is done. Om Namah Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Namo Bhagavate Sri Mahadev. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ananta Shiva. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Putraji. Om Shri Sadguru Gurudev Ki Jai. Namah Shivaya.
One wish, one prayer, one reason I'm here. One focus, one desire, the only purpose of my life. It is for you, 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 it is for you. You, 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 you. So the prayer is to see you, to feel you everywhere, to only hear you, only sense you, to always be in your embrace. My all belongs to you. My heart is only yours. It's all for you. 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 So for you, 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 you. You are my only focus, all else disappears. And I die in you. I is no longer here. There's only you. There's only you. There's only you. There's only you. There's only you.
Beloved Father, who dwells within the soul of my being, whose name is I am. Veneration to your holy name. Thy kingdom is here. Thy will prevails throughout the earth, as it does in the heavenly realms of my soul. You open your hands and satisfy the hunger of all living beings. You heal all hearts of sorrow, so that they, in turn, may show forgiveness to those whose minds are shrouded in ignorance of the self. Beloved Mother, who imparts to all a sense of choice, so we may finally come to choose you for our truth, and thus find everlasting freedom. Glory to your name, O truth. For yours is the kingdom of existence, of peace and love. All power and glory emanates from you alone, who imparts to all wisdom, light, love, and courage to refer to themselves as I am. Amen. Om.
Thank you, my dear. Namaste, everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadhguru Sri Muji Ji ki Jai. Everyone knows how this works by now. Some of you new who are watching from YouTube, if you have a question, you can post it in the chat and we will look at it. Sometimes it can seem like we are going around in circles. Because we start the spiritual journey and we go around a circle and say, I'm still, nothing happened. I'm still there. Then again, okay, this time, better, run faster, better, stronger. And then again, now, back to the same thing. Any journey cannot bring you to what you already are. Sometimes it appears that this journey is undertaken, but the discovery at the end always is that I have always been this. So this process of going from identified being to unidentified, unassociated being can happen. The truth about what we are remains unchanged throughout all of this. I feel that's why it's very powerful to try and leave yourself. Just try and leave it. Leave yourself apart, aside. I know it sounds very silly, but that's the whole point. That to leave yourself is not possible. And if to leave yourself is not possible, then how can you find yourself? Therefore, the seeming finding of the self must only be the seeing that I cannot leave it. It's always here. Yogan says, Guruji, I am here, always here. Where is God? This I am is God. Why am I not able to feel her presence? You are. Because you say, I am here. That's why I say, can you stop being? Here, when we refer to God, we are talking about consciousness. This being that cannot be stopped is consciousness, is presence. is your own presence. You cannot say, I am here without first experiencing God. Then you say, but I don't feel like God. I always feel like there is something missing. How does the mind know what God must feel like?
Because God himself said about his attributes, such as he is the omnipresent God.
So where is the being not there? You see, I always feel like there is something missing. So there are two possibilities here. One is that you're making a mental inference that this can't be it can't be just this simple. This is so regular, something like that. Or it could be that some sensation of discomfort or something is coming up, and you're taking that to imply that this means that something is missing. But as you get closer into the examination of your own being, your own presence, which we undermine because it is always here, but if you just stay with this, you find that the entire world of experiencing is happening here. Experiencing is not happening there, outside. It's happening here. The outside is happening here. Everything is experienced here in this being. And then you can say that only this being exists. Phenomenally, only this being exists. So I say God is all there is. Without being, there is no world. The body is experienced inside this, in the space of this being. And some of you have asked that it seems like this being is constricted by the body. But just check again and see where the body sensations are arising. We experience the body only as some sensations. And the mind paints a picture of a boundary based on these sensations. But these sensations are coming in the infinite spaciousness of being. And you see that there is nothing outside of this. You've been trying to find this on the outside, but actually everything has been inside this I am. This one experiencer of all that can be tasted in this realm. This one light, in the light of which this entire dance appears and disappears. So don't go with what a thought is saying about this presence. Don't go with what a feeling is trying to convey. Stay with your direct seeing, direct experience. And to see this itself is freedom enough. But one day, you might say that I witness even this presence. And then you can say, I am that which is even before I am. You say God might feel like me feeling whole and complete, maybe. It's not about a feeling. And you let this being remain unassociated, you will find that all feelings are coming in service to this being. All the love, peace, joy, contentment, but not the other way around. If it's still there, we are still hoping that some state will come, then that itself is personal. You see, then being cannot be unassociated. So this discovery ultimately must be about the discovery of myself, irrespective of which state is coming. And then you will truly not be concerned by states also. I know it sounds horrible to the mind, but here if there is never any joy felt after this, there is no concern about it. So if we lose the interpreter, which is interpreting everything, saying this should be like this should be like that, this is what I know things should be like, then it's so much simpler. And to lose the interpreter doesn't mean that it stops. It only means that we stop listening, we stop believing. So satsang is just a de-addiction center for belief in thought. It's just that. You might make it something very fancy and like this. The key point, the only trouble is just our belief in these concepts. And we are habituated, we are addicted to the mind. So satsang gives you that taste of presence. And in the taste of this presence, the mind doesn't seem as tempting as it used to. And you find it easier to let it go. So Jogan says, I am already here. What more can I do? Is it being that is asking this question? Because later you said, okay, stop going with the thoughts. What past that? Is what past that not a thought? this is sticky because something wants to come to some sort of a conclusion. It wants some end to this, and preferably a glorious end to the story. I was a seeker and then I became free. But would you be okay if this was it? No more story. This was the end of your biography. Nothing happened. All the readers are completely disappointed because they read the story and such a good seeking was happening, you know, and all of that. Then suddenly everything just stopped. Nothing. Are you okay with this? You must see what wants something to continue, the story to continue. What happens next? What is missing now? Except our ideas of what freedom should be. It's like Suchitra said once. She was sitting, we were sharing, we were doing the inquiry together, and she had an experience. So she said, when it happened for me, I always decided that I will be full of poise and proper. I will not laugh like all these people in the videos. And then when she saw just all of this is just happening as an appearance, and I'm just here. When you see this, then many times, very naturally, this kind of spontaneous laughter can come. So we have ideas about our story and how it should end. We're already planning how our satsang will be different from other satsangs that we've come to. This is just the nature of the mind.
Master, if the seeker has to renounce all these ideas and remove all these.
Seeker cannot. Seeker itself is an idea. Only consciousness itself.
Okay, the one who is seeking.
No, it is consciousness itself.
Okay, the consciousness which is seeking,
Yeah.
it renounces.
So,
if it renounces all these ideas
Yeah.
and all these expectations that something has to happen,
Yeah.
all the future hopes and expectations, that how it must end, then it feels like in that mode of consciousness, in that state of consciousness, it's like the absolute is referred to as the one which is free from all the attributes, all the qualities, free from all the gunas, free from all the tattvas. So it is like an emptiness, and this emptiness is for that state of consciousness, death. So why would it seek death for itself? Because it is nothingness, it is emptiness. Why would it seek death for itself? Say even not even love, not even bliss, we don't have to expect that
Exactly.
also.
So consciousness, you agree that it merges into this absolute emptiness, this nothingness. And also then it can arise again. It does this every night. So I don't feel that for consciousness it feels like it's just death. The death would mean that it's never coming back. So it must be just like done with the play, going back home, going to play again, coming back out. Who can explain these things? Who can say whether it is the will of the Absolute itself that consciousness is born within it? Even when there is no thing as will.
Who's to say that? Nothing ends because nothing ever began. Because how can there be an end to anything? The only end to anything is the idea that there's an end to anything.
But what happens is that until the insight comes that nothing really ever happened, till then this will just sound like.
Yeah.
So it can seem like, what do you mean nothing began? All this is happening. So it has to be some insight which is clear that none of this, even though it seems like is happening, none of this has ever really happened.
Can you answer my question?
Again, okay, say again.
Yeah. If you would take out every hope, every expectation from the consciousness which is identify itself in the mind state, so why would it seek itself in the absolute state, which is free from all the content?
Yes, yes. So because it is done with the play, it goes back home. And nobody can say it cannot ever come back. It does this back and forth every day.
But in that state, for the consciousness itself, it is the self-annihilation.
Who's using the label self-annihilation? I'm using the label play is done and resting. Something is using death and self-annihilation. Both are not true, but it's a preference for labels. See, neither label is true for consciousness. We can't really define any of this in mind terms, but you can already see the difference in the kind of projection that is there, which is like destructive and death and self-annihilation. And from here, it's being expressed as just like play over, leaving the playground, going back home. Want to play next day, come back up. It's just the way it moves. It's just the way it moves. So we can say, why does gravity pull us towards the earth and not push us away from the earth? Who can explain? It's just the way it is designed.
There could be scientists who not found, but maybe in future would explain this in the same way. Here, it is the master who would explain all these things, because it is the master who have known all these mysteries and why the consciousness take the forms and again dissolves.
Yes. So the question usually asked is, what is the purpose of this appearance? Why does it appear? What is the point of consciousness? Isn't it? If it has to go back in, then why does it come out in the first place? And I've told you that there are various explanations which all the sages have given. And my favorite one is that it's a leela, it's a play, it's entertainment.
No, that question is entirely different from the one that I asked is that you take up all the hopes and expectations, you burn all of them. Then why would the consciousness which is identified with the mind seek something? Because because it sees that the end result of it would be self-annihilation, because for it the self is mind.
No. As consciousness is getting unassociated with the mind, it is automatically finding a lot more space. It's finding that all of this love, peace, joy are coming to it. So for it, it is not seeming like this terrible thing which is happening to me. It is to the mind. It is
not even joy, not even love.
Yes, not even that. Because if it became attached to these things now, then again it will seem like it is concerned about the appearance or disappearance of these. It's like saying that, what's a good example? I created this sand castle and then I became attached to it. Why? It can come and go at my service. Why would I be attached? So, done playing with all of these things, go back to nothingness. Something wants to play again with all of these things, come back into this phenomenal somethingness. And unlimited time and space are available to consciousness. And only when it is done with the play does it give it up. No, nothing can impede on God's will. Anything, tell God you're done with the play, finish. It's His own will. So to God, it's not a scary prospect to go back home and rest. Only to the mind, it's scary.
From the mind perspective.
Yes, but the mind we cannot help.
Yes, for a guy.
It's not a. It doesn't. If it was a guy, we would have wanted to help a little bit, but because it doesn't exist, we are not so compassionate.
Maybe not positive attributes like joy and hope, but definitely there's peace, this like limitless and eternal peace and returning from.
This is also good. So when we talk about love, when we talk about peace, one is the sense of I'm in love, such as this sensation, this taste of love, like this. This is the phenomenal love. Very beautiful, nothing wrong with it. And then there's this love which just comes from the sense of oneness, which is not even like this, oh, I'm in love. Just love, because there is oneness, there is no separation. So, if you're speaking of this oneness love, then this does not leave. If you're speaking of this oneness peace, it's not, oh, peaceful love, peaceful love. Not like this, is it? You know the difference what I'm saying. So, one is the phenomenally tasting all of this, and second is just this nothingness. There is complete oneness. So if you're referring to that as love and peace, this cannot be taken away. But usually when we refer to love and peace, we're talking about this.
Yeah, I was referring to that.
That. Okay.
That's why I got scared. This also.
Yes. Then also good because it exposes this fear which the mind can carry. So when we say, am I aware now? We check that awareness is here and it is all there is, all that I am. Then very naturally this oneness exists. Can anything pull this out? Is it an experience?
I feel my I is free from to again. It does not have anything. The space that it feels is not the space that is around in this dimension.
Yeah.
So one cannot even say that it is one with all there is. How would one say that this is all?
Yes, but where is this experienced? Where is all there is experienced?
Right of awareness.
Phenomenal experiencing is happening just by awareness alone? Because awareness is there in sleep state also. Right now, just check, where is the sound heard? Is it not in your being? There is awareness that this experiencing is happening, yes. That is the primal knowing. I know that phenomenal experiencing is taking place. This is awareness. But phenomenal experiencing is happening in the being. Everything is here in the being. All phenomena.
Don't feel much motivation to keep attention on the being, focus on the being,
Don't
because I
have
know
to.
that being will also vanish.
It's okay. That's completely fine.
The sense of aliveness is
But
presence.
the phenomenal questions, the phenomenal witnessing, the phenomenal occurrences can be discovered by contemplating this being. Because awareness is unconcerned by phenomena. So if there's an interest to contemplate the working of the phenomenal,
That is endless journey.
yeah,
That is endless journey.
endless journey, but only if it's fun. And you will stop when you're done with the play. That's the whole journey is about this play. Anyway, let's not confuse ourselves. You say there is not much interest in being. This awareness, aware of itself, is enough. Yes.
Because being also feels like a burden when I do the inquiry.
Yes. So for some it can be like that because Maharaj also said once, and I remember very clearly because I was shocked when I read it. He said the I am infection is the cause of all trouble. I am infection is the cause of all trouble. You can see like that. Without this being, none of this matter.
That's why they are saying that birth is the highest music.
For the mind.
But you said I am because the way that oneness experiences this phenomenon well.
Yes. But the I am is the phenomenal universal light within which then this body mind is a part of it. The entire appearance is this, isn't it? This I am is where all of this phenomena is happening. And the body mind is a part of that. So to experience phenomena, I don't really need even this body mind. To experience, we can say atoms and molecules, I need this body mind. To experience phenomena, I have dreams, daydreams, imagination, memory. All that is also phenomenal experience, not atomic and molecular experience.
It's from here, it's like the sense of I am, it's a sense.
Yeah.
It's like a sense.
It's a sense. It's tasted like the sense. But when we start looking at it, we see that this I am, my presence, is where all experiencing is happening. Everything is reporting to this. And I am aware that this is happening, and I remain unchanged as awareness. All is here. This body, this table, this computer, everything is experienced. This way.
Seems like here what's happening, it's interesting. It's gone from somebody to nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be sometimes the eyes with light.
Yes. So many in Satsang, they have this report saying that I went from person identity straight to awareness. I did not have that stage of I am that I am. But it is not that the I am will not reveal itself. It is. You see that this, it's not that you cannot find this I am, isn't it? This, it's clear, this presence is here. I cannot stop being. Yes, it's clear. Now we see that very simple, that when I am is here, then world is here. No I am is here, then no world is here.
When it's dreaming, no dreaming is happening.
Yeah.
By nobody.
What is the difference when you say dreaming and waking?
There isn't.
Yes.
The sense of I am doesn't seem to be there.
It is very much there. In the dream state, it's very much I am, and then also the ability to say I am this person, I am this family. I am is the root of all of these associations. Otherwise, the dream state would just, there could be some dreams which are qualitatively different. You just see them as a movie or something. The dreams which are really seen, like this I cannot tell that this, when I was in the dream, it seemed as real as this waking state.
It seems like a real, it's like a real experience.
Yes, therefore, that this happened to me in the dream, then this happened, then I was sad, or this happened, then I was happy. You see, so all this cannot happen with this, without the sense I am. This is the root of I am here, I am a person, my name is this. All of this relies on the sense I am. If only the witnessing is happening, then the entire thing will just be watched like without any association. So the dreams can have that quality. So already the dream is what you woken up from. You never got, you were not really then in the dream state so much. You were already awake in the dream. You know what I mean? So we were playing, but you were not really a participant in the movie. You were just witnessing it. So you were just in the state of awareness itself. But when you see this dream happened and I was running and I was scared, all of this must mean that first the sense I am, and then the I am became this body mind, I am became these identities. That's how it. Otherwise, you will just say, I was just watching this dream, it is so fun.
What's in the dreams like? There's a sense of the character there, and identification. So when the waking say happens, then you wake up, it's just like, oh, wait, but then the identity comes in. But that's identity, that's not the sense of character, the one that's playing. I find it hard to talk about.
In the waking state or the dream, say that if we say that this is me and this is what is appearing to me, then already the sense I am is there. So there is no sense that this world is appearing to. There is me and then there is this computer. There is me and then there is this table. There is never this table without the me. But if you're woken up from the dream, then you see that everything is appearing, including this character, as you say.
Yeah.
So maybe you woke up over there first, and this was the last state where you were waking up.
No idea.
It can happen like this. Sometimes I get these questions saying that I seem to be clear about this waking state, but my dreams are still very identified with. Can you help me with that? I said the Guru will appear there to help you with that.
That's funny about like in Israel,
Yeah.
like that's what happened.
Yeah.
It's like I kept having dreams,
Yeah.
like I've been dreaming. I
Right.
didn't know if it's like
Yes.
but now I know.
Yeah.
But like it's like I woke up with like
And then when you wake up from this, you will say, I had this strange dream where I was in satsang with this guy. And I was telling him that I was having satsangs in this reality. There's no real way to tell the difference.
it's funny like in a sleeping dream.
Yeah.
Like you know something like last night I was dreaming in the dream and it's like so then I wake up and then it's like oh god it's just a dream. But even in the dream I didn't want to like really identify it. It doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
really doesn't matter. Like
It's the same for this also.
yeah.
To wake up, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Exactly.
Otherwise, when ghosts start catching you,
It feels like something's happening. Like
Exactly.
really nothing's happening.
Yeah. Same as this.
Yeah. It's like there is, as you say, there is oneness. There's just nothing.
Yeah.
It's unquantifiable. And then within that, there is this character. You can feel all sorts of things. But it's like a dream.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's just like a dream. Except for it's not. But it is.
It
Because it's the nothing and everything playing. It's itself playing as a character.
Only thing is when we say character, then already it seems like it has some attributes. So, like you've jumped over the stage of just this I amness. Okay? So, when we wake up, for example, in the morning, just this I amness is there. And for a split second, we don't even know which body is going to be here. Okay? And then it comes, okay. Just I am, it wakes up. And then, like she was saying yesterday, for 2 minutes she was not sure. What's the name? Where's the place? What is going on? What is good? The I amness was there. So it's different from sleep state. That I am was there. I am what can go missing. So in awakening experiences, this I am what, the what part goes missing.
It's kind of irrelevant for this one.
But the one, it is completely irrelevant, as we were sharing yesterday.
Yeah, it's
Also.
relevant for me to find this iron. Just like it's just this trying to find iron.
It is completely, so this awareness, it doesn't matter. Even the presence or absence of I am doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't seem to matter. I mean, then, yeah, it just doesn't matter. I wanted to say that once we wake up from the dream, we are able to say no matter what it was, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
It doesn't matter anymore.
When you wake up,
That conviction comes with the fact that
you mean inside the dream or
No,
after the dream is over?
when we wake from
It is
we
also
wake from
possible
the
inside the
dream.
dream. When you say that oh, this is just a dream, this is seen clearly, it's called lucid dreaming. Where you are clear that all this happening is a dream. Then you're woken up inside the dream itself as the dream seems to continue.
But my point was that once you wake up, you are able to dismiss it entirely, no matter what it was, as the fact that it doesn't matter. There is it's some. So I feel that when we wake up from this dream, we will truly be able to say it does not matter. But now the waking state is different in the sense that still there is the search for meaning. In spite of the Shravana of like it does not matter, there's still something trying to make sense of it and trying to lead it in some direction.
That's why I said there are, so in the dream, I can be completely identified with the dream. I am this body, I am a person, this is my life. All this identification is possible very much in the dream. Then in some dreams, you see that I know I am dreaming. I know that I'm dreaming. Therefore, the bite of any of this is not much because I see it's all a dream. But it can be that even in this dream, even though it's a lucid dream, if there's a big scary monster that comes that wants to eat us up, even in spite of knowing that this is a dream, there could still be a sense to run. There could still be this sense. So this is like awakening in the dream, within the dream, and yet some amount of conditioning will remain. Like the burnt rope, conditioning will remain. This thing. When the dream is over, either then back to deep sleep state or this so-called waking state, it comes. And the same thing. So you wake up inside the dream and you see that all this is just appearing. It's just a dream. Nothing is happening to me. And yet, when something really strong comes, like to our closest relationships, something is happening, then again, grief can come, sadness can come. But then when this is over and you go back to the sleep state, does it matter? No. The next dream starts.
So actually there's some confidence emerges at times to say that it doesn't, nothing matters.
Yeah.
But that confidence is lost and then we believe it matters.
So the thing is that if it is coming from hearing conceptually, and you say, yes, this rings true, so I will take it, and it doesn't matter, then that is very often shaken up.
But there's some spontaneous confidence arises when you saw that it was a dream and
yes, when you saw
like
and it arises, then it's very
even as a child, I remember I was able to dismiss it.
Yes.
Once I woke up from scary dream,
yes.
that I somehow reached the conclusion that now it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So similarly, the conviction that this grand play does not matter. Only in some moments there is confidence to dismiss it, and
Yeah.
all other times there's complete. There seems to be complete involvement in the fortunes of the
But this will
being.
swap around. As you stay, this will swap around. So you've gone from saying most of the time it's complete involvement. Only very rare, spontaneous, some instances I could say that this is not happening to me, it's just a appearance. Now you can say, okay, maybe in satsang time, maybe when I'm inquiring, at that time I can see the illusory nature of this appearance. As this stabilizes more and more, you'll find that you'll say it is only those rare times where I get caught up in the dream. Most of the time, no getting caught up. So, but don't expect that this getting caught up must leave 100% because it's not happened 100% for even the greatest ones. Even Jesus said, "Oh Father, have you forsaken me?" on the cross. The dream seemed real for him in that instant, but then quickly he came back to the self and said, "Forgive them." That's why we keep saying that these are beautiful examples. Because why would then Ram exhibit grief when Sita was taken? Just momentarily, even the greatest masters, the avatars themselves, have shown us that when this conditioned world appears, it has this is strong Maya. 100% free from Maya is also a mental expectation.
But one finds that one is non-attached is if to prolong this state of non-attachment. Like when you see that the only alternative would be to sort of a futile rumination. So to simply prolong this state of non-attachment.
Futile rumination is futile. When futile rumination is dropped, that itself is the remaining as the unattached associated. So already when you say futile, it means it's futile. So then there's no rumination of this sort, which is mentating, consuming our thoughts with so much interest. It's just like that. It's like the junkie is getting his next hit. The food addict is just gobbling up. We have so much in our mind. It's just like that. Next, what next? We want to consume all our thoughts up like that. But when we see it's not meaningful. So don't try to prolong any state. Just know that this believing all these mental concepts is futile. That much is it.
After we have talked so much about retaining
Yeah.
It is everyone's experience that to wake up from a sweet dream is much better than to wake up from a nightmare. So that's why I have a little bit of an expectation from the God that I have a little bit mercy for the mind and ego also and make this transition from the present.
The dream is the sweetest without holding the mind's hand. The dream is the sweetest when we stop holding the mind's hand. Yes, right now your daily experience will become a happy dream experience. But the expectation itself is the obstacle. No sage is saying that, oh, this is such a terrible experience I'm having. They enjoy moment to moment. They enjoy. That's why they call the Mahabhogis. Every moment there is so much joy is coming. Naturally, without any expectation that joy should come, you find that there's so much joy. Without any expectation that they should be loved, it's just love. See, but if you put that first, put the cart before the horse, they say there should be love, then that itself is the block. That's why I say, not even love, not even joy. The point should be just the self-discovery. Then this prasad is coming. The prasad cannot be the darshan. The darshan is the darshan and the prasad is the prasad. So what we must truly have in our heart that I want the darshan of the self. Prasad, whether it comes or not, is okay.
Namaste, Father.
Okay, Atma can go.
Yes,
Come
please. Just from the beginning of satsang, something here was waiting to be exposed. Can you hear me well?
Yes, my dear.
I don't know what is this. Actually, I know nothing. But usually I'm not concerned with because I know nothing. But it's also amazing because what I wanted to ask, just beloveds asked, and it's about awakening, and it was just like from the beginning. This is something strong here for me for this moment. I don't know. It seems like there is. I would like to be guided by you, and because it's during the day, as you know, it's always like the same concept. This concept. I don't know what is this, and only one same thing remained. Like only one desire. I can't see any other, but this one is very strong, and not always present as like visible, but it's in the morning during the day and also night and before going to sleep, everything is clear, just no thought, even if they are, everything is clear. But this moment of waking up in the morning, like this morning, for example, I see I was dreaming, I see something is coming to waking state, but this something, like something is missing here still this experience from morning, like something is missing, and it's like emergency now that I miss the, like the something ultimate I miss, and I'm not relaxed with that, and it's like maybe it's still here present, the concept of awakening. I don't know, maybe like it's not always, but sometimes it comes, I miss something, and I know that I'm missing, and I don't know what's that, and how to wake up to that. I know nothing actually about it, and now when I speak, looks like nonsense, you know. I don't, how to say, it's still sometimes I feel something is missing, and I know that is missing something, and I don't know what is that, and if you can help me.
Yes. So let's look at this. You say sleep state, everything is fine. Waking state, I am here. After I am here, there is the sense that something is missing. But the I am is already here. And it was fine. Before the sense or the feeling or the thought, something is missing. You are. So this I am is complete. Nothing has ever been added on. Even through awakening experiences, nothing has been added on to this I am. But what does happen is that what has been picked up, I am body, I am person, I am child, all this has been dropped. So sometimes the dropping can happen in one strong something. You know, a lot of it can be thrown away in one what we call the awakening experience. Okay? And sometimes just very simple, sober, not this, not this, not this. Yeah? So the awakening experience like that is not a prerequisite to the awakening. The mind can come and say, but this sort of thing is what you need to happen, and then you will be complete or something like that. But the completion is where we start from. The ideas are the ones which make it seem like something needs to happen for me to be complete. And all that is required then is the dropping of these ideas. Because you know very well that being is here. I cannot stop being. Now, is this being incomplete in any way?
No, this being is always complete. Just as you said, these strong desires of strong ideas, maybe strong concept from before that was missing here, because I'm not living in an environment, consecrated environment. Nobody is, you know, there is not this space, and like I'm missing. Sometimes I feel like I'm missing, and if I go to India, and it's not always strong, but I ask myself why sometimes like I'm not complete, even if I felt and I feel I'm complete. But why this desire to be there and to be in that space that I desire still is here? Like if I'm there and always in that space, not that I need to be more awake, but like I want to be in that energy every day, always, always, you know, always. And from that comes this sense of restlessness, you know, that I'm still not there because I want that.
This entire world is a projection of God's desire, God's will, God's desire, whatever you say. And it is God's will that you are coming, isn't it? It is not an expression of personal desire because we all know that no person exists. So this entire universe, this projection must be fulfilling whose will? Only this being. So if it wants to project this, so being is actually not moving, isn't it? Just within it, the appearances are changing. And for you, very soon, these appearances are coming. Bangalore is coming, Thiru is coming.
Yes, yes, and just maybe because of that also the feeling like, wow, now when it will happen for the first time in my life, you know, like I know I was desiring this not only since I met you, but long before, and now there is like restlessness. I don't want to come back here, you know, in here. I mean, I don't know what will happen. Maybe I will not come back. I don't know, but it feels very strong. Like once that happens, I don't want to come back to old life, you know. Like that is the ultimate of my life. Yeah, something.
Many years ago, when Guruji used to have satsang in Tiruvannamalai, then a friend of mine from the US, she said, I'm so attracted to Thiru. I feel I just want to live there. I want to leave this life behind and I want to come there. I said, yes, yes, you must come. It's so beautiful, you will not want to leave. You will not want to leave. And then she came to Thiru and she just couldn't handle it. She said, what is this place? It's so much burning, burning. There's garbage lying around and there's poverty. And I just can't take it. So I said, because there were some ideas in those days here about presuming to know things. So, what's wrong with you? This is Thiru, Arunachala is here. No, but it's so much burning. I just don't like it here. It's just so dirty and I just want to go back. So we can never really predict what is going to happen. Although I can say that for most of you, you will feel very much at home and you won't feel like going, but you can never really tell what is going to happen. So even this we can leave it to grace. Grace knows best.
Yeah. It's not, because I don't know what is Arunachala. I heard only from you, you know. I've never been in India. It's not about physical place.
Yes.
It's about this inner feeling. I want to always to be that melting and that, and you know, but for example, when I open my eyes in the morning, I want to feel the presence of everything, everybody, you, others, other beloveds, and just to bath always in that. That is my, it's not actually physical place, but it's
Yes.
I don't know.
It's very good. When you come to India, come with the expectation that you're going for a Bollywood movie. You know what a Bollywood movie is? You don't know what you're going to get. It could be full comedy, it could be drama, it could be comedy drama happening at the same time. It could be anything. Just come with no expectation. Then it's simple. Otherwise, the mind will say, "Oh, but this is what I expected, and this is how it is," and things like that. Just come like an adventure. Come like Indiana Jones. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yes. Yes, actually, I'm coming like that, and it would be, I want to say, it's one mix. Also, it's like, what actually this? What if I feel that there is really? It's actually, now I understood what is. Now it's more clear. It's like, what if, because from here I still don't feel so strong, but it's like there is the idea, what if I feel that there is better for me than here, and then I have no possibility to remain because of visa, because of money, because of this, and then what? It's like, you know, like possible suffering in future, and then if it's worry about future, if I feel they're good and then I don't have possibility, and then all this, you know, actually something here would like to go there, and I see everything beautiful I receive, but I don't desire that, you know. It's just like, okay, I'm here and then I go home. But it's this, what if I feel so strong desire and I cannot remain, you know. That's
Yeah. There are many Westerners who live in Thiru. I don't know about their visa. We should do some more research about how it works. But if it's a true urge from the heart, then even this is possible. It's not impossible. We'll see, no, how it goes. Okay, I missed some questions that time Jogan was asking. Okay, we looked at this. I am already here. What more can I do? What is past that? We looked at that. Then you said, only if my mind stops, only then will I be okay. This is not like this. Without belief in the mind, then the mind has no power. Then you say, so then there is nothing I can do, is there? The doer is not real. This I, which is saying nothing I can do, I am just waiting. What does this one look like? Where is this one? Doesn't exist. Just a figment of our imagination. Just this identity that presumes to have some control over life, that says this is my life and what should I do. No one. I've asked thousands of people now. No one has been able to find this one. You're waking up from the idea of this one. The voice of separation is not true. Some more questions. Jiku is here. Jiku says, Dear Ananta, how to handle fear of death? Once I had to go to hospital, and in other instance I had to keep my apartment door open for some time thinking somebody will find me unconscious. What is death? Death means that this entire thing stops. It disappears. The play of this identity, and every day we experience this. As sleep comes, there is nobody here. And when we go to sleep, time and space stop. There is no guarantee that this realm will ever reappear for us. And maybe it never does. Maybe we are just playing different slices of this game one day, only one day. But because we have memory, which is so unreliable as we know, it seems like there is continuity. What if birth and death is just this morning to night experience? Then we say, I'm not scared of sleep. I want to sleep actually. When we don't sleep, we say, it's so terrible because I'm not sleeping. Because there comes a point when we are tired of experiencing. And the experiencing must stop. Even the most sublime experiences, the best experiences, we get tired of. We say, stop, stop, nothing. I just want to be away from all this. I want to sleep. We get tired of phenomena. All phenomena. Even satsang can sound beautiful, blissful for some time, but suppose it goes on for 7, 8 days at a stretch. Something will say, just stop, enough. The best music, the best tasting food, if you keep eating your favorite candy, the best sensations of touch, how much can we take? So something says enough. So even if you were to presume the actuality of this body and life and death, it can only be through the will of consciousness which says enough. I've experienced through this body, it's done. It cannot be without the will of consciousness, God's will, and this consciousness is you. So your death will not come without your permission. But because we're still identified as the mind, we're still identified as a person, then the mind can say, but death is the end of all of this. It can paint all of this. As we're getting rid of this mind identification, this ego identification, this fear of death also will not survive.
This memory thing
Yes.
is kind of strange.
Yes.
Like yesterday I was somewhere and somebody asked me my phone number. Just came, I could just see like the book. And before I would think I know the phone number from memory probably. But it just actually comes and like
Yes, and there is no predicting. Because even our own number we forget sometimes.
Yeah, but I'm not like it's strange.
It's just another appearance in consciousness. Yes.
It's like, what's your phone number? What's your address? Like, okay. It's like for a second we don't know what to say, that it just comes. So it's always been like that. But then now you see that it's, I don't know what memory is actually. Like,
just another projection of consciousness itself, which presumes to speak something about the past. It's like, I'll give you a good example. We're in Satsang, some of the Bangalore Sangha were there in Rishikesh for Guruji Satsang. And Guruji said, according to my memory, he said that I will give you a spiritual practice where you have to do 26 Om Namah Shivaya push-ups. You know how he does that joke. So 26 stayed here. So after that, when we were all getting together, I said, Guruji said 26. Somebody said, no, he said 21. And somebody else said no, he said something completely different number. I said no, here it's clear, 26 is registered. So who can say what really happened? Actually, it's so unreliable. Just a few minutes after satsang got over, everything is already muddled up.
But there's nothing it's like for a while you think there is a person like a set of thoughts makes a person, but really the set of thoughts also really have no reality, right? So like even the memory, you feel like this story is a memory, but it's just an appearance that you feel this has happened in the past, but I don't know what
This
I'm
is a very
saying.
good point. No, because it's very good to look at this. Set of thoughts means what? Again, Bhagavan said bundle of thoughts is mind. But our thoughts experience as a bundle, they are only experienced one by one. They can come, they can seem to come fast. You see? It's like one mouth speaking. Does not speak two things.
Identify with, like once you pick and once you think.
Yes. So those that have been picked up, they become the identity. But then what happened to the mind? Where is the bundle? It's not really even a bundle. So as a way of saying, we can say a set of thoughts, bundle of thoughts. It's just this voice, one by one. Fast or slow.
Potential is a bundle.
Yes, but potential is consciousness itself. There is no entity sitting over there with all of these bundles of thoughts waiting. Right? It is all, whatever is appearing from consciousness and going back into consciousness.
So like the thought stream that say in the lifetime of this organism
is coming from where?
Isn't it from the causal body? That's my movie. It's coming from my movie.
For me, it's very simple that all this, whatever is appearing, is coming from this consciousness. This is directly what I see. I don't see this causal body. There isn't.
The causal body is what determines the.
No, what do you mean by causal body? Not atoms and molecules.
No, I don't know what form it exists, but Bhagavan has said it exists. Yes. Like the Sthula Sharira, what you see, the mental body, that's the mind, and the causal body is the bundle of asanas.
Yes, and it's possible even in scriptures that they could have said like that. It's completely fine. But does this projection or concept help us right now? Is it not seen that everything is emerging from this being? Even causal body, if there is, I'm sure there is because Bhagavan said, so I better not poke holes in that. But even this must be emerging only in the presence of I am, isn't it? In sleep state, is there causal body?
No, it is just basically return to the source. So the whatever determines the quality of the day and the responses of that can be like called as the causal body.
Okay. So we can say that the aspect of consciousness which creates thought is one aspect. The aspect of consciousness which creates the phenomenal world of atoms and molecules is a different aspect. But is that really helpful for us when we are looking so directly? No, because we can just say it's all coming from this consciousness itself. So then when we see what is appearing, we see that thoughts are coming one by one, fast or slow. But you cannot say these two thoughts are coming at the same time. It can seem like one thought came at pause, then another thought came at pause. But not like, it's like two words cannot appear simultaneously from this mouth. Same thing with thoughts. So to explain, we can use concepts like set of thoughts is the identity, is the ego, or bundle of thoughts is the mind. But when we just look directly at what is right now, we see that thought is just an energetic appearance. There is no mind. It is just this thought. There is no thought anyway, we call it no mind. So just thought or no thought. I witness this. The movement through this expression now is more and more going towards simplicity. Because then, in the direct simplicity of this, we see that this is exactly what is experience, and I can see the truth right now.
And so even you're saying that even the thoughts follow an intrinsic order and like they are not all simultaneously
Yes.
attacking. Then that is seen here now.
Yes.
But then why do people feel so muddled? They're all actually, in truth, they are each is simply originating and dissolving. So the whole concept of being muddled by various thoughts.
Yes, the muddling comes because we are believing these thoughts. So I'll take an example. You wake up in the morning and a thought comes, I feel to go to Thiru. The next thought comes, I feel to go to Satsang with Ananta. I feel to go to Thiru. I feel to go to Ananta. I feel to go to Thiru. Yeah? And you believe. Then after 5 minutes you're like, oh, so confused. For example, I'm just saying. Right? So like this, because we are believing these things, that's why the feeling of being muddled can come. Some have either seen through this or something automatically has happened there where they say, okay, I'm going to Thiru. Okay. And all thoughts of I'm going to Ananta can come and go, I'm not bothered, I'm going to Thiru. Then no confusion. Okay. For some, now what I'm saying is let all of them come and go, let your feet go wherever they want. There's no possibility of any confusion.
So when a thought is believed, it hasn't gone its full trajectory. Some intermediate, some thing has observed that thought. So isn't that what you mean by belief?
Belief is your power to pretend. So what pretense? I must go to Thiru, as we are pretending now that I became a person who can now decide what to do or not to do, and as a person I'm deciding to go to Thiru. Instead of seeing that all of this is just moving, God is just moving on his own. We have picked up the identity. So who has picked up? God himself. He has picked up the identity of a person who is acting as if he is the decision maker about something. So that God's power to pretend is what we call belief.
All the small things that happen through the day, what meaning to attribute to them? Is everything seen uniformly, like from the blink of an eyelid to seemingly more profound appearances? One does not know to what purpose they are leading.
Yes. That's why my favorite answer for purpose is entertainment.
Yes, because you assume it is a burden to assume that there's any other
I'm not even burdened. I don't see any other. Like if you say it's for the evolution of consciousness, I see that being is just being. What evolution is happening to consciousness? And even it is said that it is being here to experience love or to be loved. It's very nice. I love it. It's a very sweet definition. But is there really a desire in being to experience anything at all? That way you can say for entertainment also. Is there a desire in being to be entertained? So none of these definitions actually fit. I'm just saying my favorite one is this. And for me it seems to fit well with what is seen. But actually you cannot explain the will of being. Why it happens or doesn't happen. No mind can fathom the working of consciousness. It just is what it is. And then one day this insight can come that none of this has ever really happened at all. So all this question of purpose is completely irrelevant. But this is something that cannot be explained through words. It just comes later. Let it go.
If there's something that's like, if it's coming through, I know something, then just please.
You don't have to worry.
Yeah, I know. The chop will come.
Yeah, let this happen.
And just let him.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, you wanted to say something.
The wrong thing.
Yeah.
But you said earlier, to be fair, you said like, so when you experience a body, you're really just experiencing sensations.
Yes.
So really, like, you don't experience like an outline or something of your body, or
Yes.
like a shape or something.
Yes.
So also, I find it hard to believe that we actually need a body for experience.
Yes.
Didn't say that. Do you need a body for it?
I feel that
And one more thing, can I say?
yeah,
Even if, as long as I want to be like not weird, be able to like people,
Yeah.
like
you don't want to be weird.
just like to be able to relate to people in like a normal kind of way. So then, like, so I can see like all my like if I go like that, I can feel like I'm, like, so there's like 5 senses, okay?
Yeah.
So in some way you can like say, yeah, okay, it's not happening. But then how does the just like, how does it relate to the body? The, like, just feeling of like energy.
Exactly. That's what I
Is it
said, isn't
related
it?
to the body or not?
No, it's not constricted by the senses. So you see that even in a dream, is there a body? I mean, it seems like it. So it's experienced like that. But all of it is just made up of consciousness, isn't it? All of it is made up of consciousness. And very often I say that, okay, if we are using our eyes to see these, then who sees imagination? What sense is used for that? So being itself inherently has the power of phenomenal perception. Phenomenal seeing is the inherent quality of being itself. Just like attention, belief, all of these forces which are there. So this is there. And many have also reported out of body experiences. So experiencing still continues out of body.
But some people say like, I don't know if you say it, but like masters all say that you need your body for experience. But that's not true.
Yeah, master in every scriptures and whatever the masters say.
You get me in trouble. I don't want to debunk every scripture there.
No, if you don't want, I can stop.
No, you can. Every scripture says what?
Many masters have taught this teaching that to experience any realm, you need a body made of with the matter of that realm. For example, to experience the waking state, you need a body in this physical realm. To experience the dream state, you need the dream body in the same way. To experience the means other astral dimensions and other etheric dimensions, you need a body in that dimension. And even this experience that you say many people have reported this out of body experience.
Yeah.
But even in that out of body experience, there is a subtle body which comes out of this physical body, and then it experiences the subtle dimension that exists outside. So, if you say that you don't need a body to experience the dimension in which the body lives, then I would ask you a question that right now, without the body that belongs to some another dimension or realm, can you perceive the happening of that realm? because there are countless dimensions that exist in this same space and time, in the same point of space and time, but we cannot perceive it.
So I can say that the usual experience is that here there is, with the first, the birth of the I am, then along with the rest of the universe, there is also this body, which seems to be the conduit for this physical experiencing. But there are also experiences where you find that experiencing is not constrained by this flesh body. So I shared, I don't usually like to share about experiences, but I've shared that there was one time where it seemed like the entire universe was available. I could just look at wherever I wanted to be in any point in time and space. It was just in front of me. And it could just move by some will which I could not find who was deciding what should appear next. It was just happening like that. Now, I did not experience myself as in that time, I did not experience myself as a subtle body or whatever. Maybe the sense I am itself, that sometimes is called the subtle body or the astral, I don't know what. But when I had this experience of the entire universe, it was not like there was a body which was floating around in space. It was just that it was coming in front of me. You know, this time and space was moving in front of me. I could just.
But when these discussions are made,
Yeah.
it is made in the relative theory, not on the level of which you are talking about. It is the transcendence of all the bodies and the emergence of the individual in the case we are talking about. So it does not apply to this relative
Yes. Okay. So then what you must say is that consciousness remains completely unlimited in how it wants to experience all of this play. So it can be through this, it can be through some other types of bodies, it can be through just energetic, what to this body seems just like an energetic body, but not a physical, atomic or molecular body. There's no restriction there. We've also talked about energies and beings that are afflicted with these kind of energies and then get released from these energies. Completely possible. I feel everything is possible for consciousness. There cannot be a limitation. Anything which is imagined is coming from consciousness anyway. So as far as the limits of imagination are concerned, that to project that is completely possible for consciousness anyway. All of this is the same. Imagining process of consciousness. Projecting.
But when Master talks about these things, he does not refer to the one whose perception has transcended all the boundaries of senses and all other things. Because there are many yogis who, even without materializing his body in other dimensions, could perceive whatever is happening in those dimensions.
Exactly.
So it is not talking about those kind of perception, or those level of perception. It means generally that.
Yes, but fundamentally there is no difference between any of us and that yogi.
Can you perceive ghosts which is present right now?
Sometimes.
And ghost is only one dimension. There are other countless dimensions that it is simultaneous.
We should edit this. I don't want to get into the ghost busting business.
Father, can I come up?
You can say, well, first Amba will say something, then Nitya can come.
Well, I just want to say, like, it's basically just okay to say what you think, and just like disregard it.
Okay, Nitya can come.
Hello. I have a very funny question somehow is coming up, and it's about consciousness and awareness. It's coming up once in a while, again and again, and that's why it's about everything. What is appearing is appearing because of consciousness, because of beingness, no? And here's the question comes up: are there two kinds of awareness somehow? I don't know
Yeah.
where this question is coming from. Because there's, like it seems here, is in beingness, in consciousness itself is the ability to see, and the first appearance itself is beingness itself which is seen. So this seems like that there are two kinds of seeing, you know what I mean? And yeah, I just had to ask that.
That's why I say that there is a phenomenal perceiving which is happening to being, through being, to being, whatever word you want to use. But phenomena is perceived by being within being itself. Phenomenal perceiving is an attribute of consciousness. And this becomes a cause of some debate that, okay, without naming, but it is that, then they say that being is all there is, and all awareness is a function of this being itself. So because they're referring to this phenomenon, the word awareness was invented for this phenomenal. I'm aware that there is a table, I'm aware, it was about this phenomenal perceiving. You see? But the way that we refer to awareness is that which is aware even of presence. Being is being present. Okay? Being is always being. But that which is aware even of presence and aware that there is phenomenal perceiving happening in presence, that awareness is what we call the self or the absolute. You see? So there's a phenomenal perceiving which is also in the world called awareness, awareness of content. Okay? But that which knows that phenomenal perceiving is happening, that is the absolute. Okay? So many times this phenomenal perceiving is confused as awareness. And many will say things like, but even this awareness is coming and going, but being does not come and go. Yeah? And then that becomes a Advaita debate. So we can just look and see that phenomenal perceiving is happening, all the senses are reporting to this phenomenal perceiving, internal phenomenal perceiving is happening. And yet I know that this perceiving is happening. I am aware of this perceiving. Okay? So this perceiving is also an object of my awareness. So yes, I know what you mean exactly, because it can seem like this is also awareness, and that which knows this primarily is also awareness. It can seem like that. But that's why I like to be clear with my definitions and say that let's call this phenomenal perceiving, and that which knows the root of phenomena, which is I am, and knows this process of phenomenal perceiving, that is awareness, the absolute awareness which remains untouched, unmoved through all of this. Does this correlate with what you're saying?
Yes, and there's something else here. There is in awareness is totally clear. Awareness is awareness, like you said, like your definition. It's like for me, yeah. But inside of consciousness, there is the imagined one can look at something with
No, no,
No,
not in.
no,
I have to
no,
stop you. Not the
yeah,
imagination looking. It is consciousness itself which is looking.
yeah, yes. I just want to say that it's looking with judgment. No, there's a looking with judgment. There's unconscious, and there's some yeah, and there's neutral looking at things. But these neutral looking at things is still not awareness.
Yeah. So there's a neutral looking at things, which is always the neutral looking at things, which is the phenomenal perceiving. The judgment means that the interpreter came and said something about it which was believed. So then it seems like it is a conditioned looking. Actually, it is two things. The perceiving is happening, and the interpreter is saying, "Oh, this computer is so dirty." So then it becomes a judgment.
Yeah.
See, it's just looking, even phenomenally.
Yeah, and this seems still in consciousness. This
In
has,
consciousness, yes, because
this
it's phenomenal.
all, yeah, yes, because it's still phenomenal. Yes.
So deep awareness, the absolute has remained untouched, unmoved through all of this. It is just aware that this phenomenal play is going on. This phenomenal looking is also part of the phenomenal play.
And there's often different kinds. Yeah, these different kinds of seeing, different kinds. When there's just this neutral seeing, there's just a neutral seeing, and I'm not. I'm not. How do you say? I cannot find the word. And there's the seeing, just everything is going on like a film. You know, it's just like a movie going on. This movie is going on, and then this awareness is very, very different to all of this. Yeah, it's truly unspeakable.
Yes. This is very good. I'm very happy to hear this kind of report. Very happy.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. This was very important. Thank you.
Very.
Thank you so much.
With the birth of the I am is the birth of this phenomenal perception, this phenomenal perceiving also. But awareness has remained untouched, just this pure knowing that this is what is appearing and disappearing. And that is why we can say that all experiencing belongs to being. One doer, one experiencer, which is this consciousness. Okay, who's in the queue? I don't even know, and I can't keep track.
It's almost 2 hours.
Father,
Come, my dear.
I'm in the queue.
How are you?
That's what I wanted to talk about. So I don't want to attack you anymore.
Yes. Yes, but if it comes, it's completely welcome. Don't feel that there is something here which is resisting or defending that. It must come out of you.
Still a bit discomfort is still there, and that like a remainder of that energy is still there, a little bit to attack you, I guess. But it's not so much on the foreground, and I can listen more now to the what's being said today, and but it's still going on a little bit, and with the movements also, but it's a bit less. And it's just like that. Yesterday it was stuck here at the heart, and then now it's moving, so it feels like, oh.
I can already tell that a lot of it is out of you.
Yeah, it's still a little bit there. I know I also have to cry, but and in the middle of the night I wake up very often, and I start shaking, like really severe. So I'm very tired.
Actually, what can happen sometimes in satsang is, especially in our direct satsangs, because it seems that we jump over all of these steps and directly come to the same. Sometimes the mind can feel like, but none of this exists, none of this exists. Where is this anger coming from? Where is this frustration, this all of this? Where is it coming from? Because I should be able to see that none of this is real. But when it comes, it has to be out. The best is just to get out of the way and let it just come through. Sometimes crying, sometimes laughing, sometimes shouting, sometimes attacking. Sometimes you want to throw things at the master. I know this also. Throw things, actually. So this can come. All of this is just prior conditioning. We cannot even identify what is the cause. Sometimes you can very clearly tell. Sometimes you don't know where it is coming from, what happened. Because we have the power to be in denial, the power to repress things. That's why I say in satsang, you will not be left with a blade of grass. Nothing in your bag will be left. So all of this will also be given over, also be released.
It's also that because I had seizures before and I had therapy for that I was taught to suppress them, and it's also.
But even with the seizures you had earlier, the doctors said that they cannot find the physical cause, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doctors, medical science is not yet at that point where they can figure out these energetic residues and the release of them.
It just makes me feel like that, I don't know, like, because I've been in therapy for that, like I'm crazy or
Yes, all of us are, but that's okay.
or that, yeah. And it also makes me feel like I'm falling behind somehow, like I'm going, instead of going forward, I'm going backward. And
This is just mind ideas. It is not true. See, it's just that once you come back home, you still have to carry the hitchhiking bag that you were using. No, you throw it away. It's done now. You're back home. So this is the process of throwing all of this away. You've not left home. The mind will come and say, but just a few weeks ago, you were just an awakened one having an awakening experience. And yesterday, you were sitting and shouting and screaming. What is happening? You're going backwards. It's not true. It's not true. It's part of the release. And energetically, many things are happening for you, isn't it? You got a new name that also pushes out all the latent, dormant energies out of your system. He already said when the naming ceremony was on, I already said that it's a strong name and it will be very auspicious. It will push away all of these.
yeah, there's just so much can't describe. Like, I imagine it to be like there's this box, and and my body is this box, and this there's a point here, and it's going all the way everywhere.
It can seem like all this conditioning is stored up in the body, but even this is not true. It's just stored up in some storehouse in being itself. All these associations, conditioning, and now it is getting thrown out. All the identities, the victim identity, all of this is getting released through this.
It it just feels like like something wants to suppress all of this. Like wants to say what am I going to do with that? And like there's this.
Yes.
There's a lot of mental noise. Instead of just accepting that it's happening or something, like something wants to resist.
Yes. The mind is like that. When has the mind ever been accepting of what is? And it is the mind itself which says, why can't my mind be more like this? There is nothing that needs to be done. This automatically all of this is happening. Grace is doing all of this. And I know it feels very uncomfortable as it is getting released. It feels like a terrible thing is happening, but after it goes, you feel more spacious, you feel more ability to breathe, isn't it?
Yeah, more. Yeah, what you said.
That is why satsang is this. It is this grace which flows. And between the master and the disciple, there is an unwritten bond. Because the master now cannot be, except for short duration of time, cannot be really touched by these energies. They cannot stay anyway. Therefore, it is completely natural, just like a child, to come and unload all of this on the father. And it's good if it can happen in satsang like this, because if it happens in people who are not in satsang and things like that, then it seems like many then carry the burden of these energies. But just we have this grace has brought us this space of satsang, grace has brought us the Sadguru's presence, which is untroubled by any of this.
Just you also said yesterday there's this feeling of darkness, and like something feels really threatening, and I've had this for a very long time, and it hasn't been here for a while. And
It's all for me to deal with now. You don't have to bother yourself with any of this.
it's also that I always thought that somewhere inside that I felt like I was possessed or something, or like from the devil or something, because someone said something like that, because I had these seizures, and have been carrying this darkness. So that's just coming out.
Don't worry, we laugh at the devil together. There's no such thing. All variations of the same guy. Doesn't matter what we call it. Another child came maybe a couple of years ago. She also felt very strongly from something like this. No matter. Maybe after the broadcast.
Thank you, Father.
Okay, who's next in the queue?
Namaste, Father.
Okay, namaste, my dear.
I just sensed a strong sense of fear in my stomach. While hearing Petra speaking. And before that, I wanted to ask something else, but now I thought I'll first put this release.
Same advice, which is let it all be my problem to deal with.
Yeah.
You just remain as a witness.
It's something like where I'm listening, it seems like I'm listening from my mind, and mind causes the clamps. And sometimes only barely I can listen without the mind, and that's when nothing affects. So
Listening without interpretation is listening. Listening to the interpreter along with the words of the master is listening through the mind. Sometimes what happens is we come to satsang and some words are being shared in satsang and the mind has this commentary which is going on. Yes, this is right, this is wrong. I don't see it this way. Like this. It's why it doesn't work for me. Why he talks like this to him, doesn't talk like this to me. All of this is just the mind stuff which is going on along with the sharing of satsang. So that can seem to be confusing because it can sound like there are two teachers at the same time.
yeah.
One is speaking from the heart, one is speaking over here. And this has been a habit that we've had because in every situation in the past, before satsang, we've relied on this mind. This person is not nice, this one is nice, this is how they treat me, this is respectful, this is disrespectful.
Yeah.
All of this is mental inferences of just what is. What is appearing is just what is appearing. But we become habituated to going along with the mental inferences. So we come to satsang also, at least initially it happens, where it can seem like we don't even realize that this is what is going on. We say, okay, he is sharing like this is what it means. So many times it happens where I'm saying A, B, C, and actually your mind is saying X, Y, Z. And what you remember me saying is XYZ. Many times I hear this report that you told me this, and it doesn't sound like something that has appeared from here at all. Why does this happen? Because when I say don't believe your next thought, for example, the mind will make it something else. It will say, oh, this means that I should just let go of my mind. Yeah? It has already distorted what is being said. Anything which is said
this is
version,
this
it
is
makes
why it
it
brings the fear, like I'm shivering inside my head, almost like energy of heat and like a fright is coming on.
So as soon as we label a sensation as something, then our belief that it is that something itself gives it the power.
Mm.
You just see it to be just a sensation. And it could seem like very strong sensation. It can be felt, but just a sensation without even a label. Then the power is a lot diminished. And already you see that, okay, this is happening inside me. And I'm not running out of space. I'm still here. And this, what I'm saying, is all of your direct experience. It can come out, it can get released in whichever way. So, our habit is to look at the appearance and not look at the space in which appearance is appearing. And very quickly we are coming to conclusions like it is in my body, but then look and say, look more and say, where is the body also? Where is the body experience? It's okay, my dear. You can unmute her. You can unmute. You're still on mute, my dear. You can unmute. You'll have to do it yourself. Someone by mistake they muted you.
Sorry.
So don't worry if something is coming up like that. Sometimes it can be like you start yawning. You start yawning so much in satsang. You wonder. Sometimes you start screaming. Sometimes you want to vomit actually physically. So all of this is fine. All of it is fine. Don't try to resist it. Don't try to suppress it. Let it come. It seems more powerful when we are trying to push it down. When we allow it to come, you see it is just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something will come. It's okay.
Yeah, when I became conscious with it, and then I said to myself, it's just appearing, and then it's a little bit settled, but it's still there. It's not finished yet, so so what do I do? Just leave it there, or let it be there on its own, or?
Yes, because only grace is finishing it. Only grace is finishing it. No person can, no mind can touch it. Nothing else can do. Grace is finishing it, and grace is completely present in satsang. So this will happen on its own, and it must decide its own pace. You cannot rush grace. You see. The mind comes and says, "Why can't it get on with it?"
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know the energetic meaning of these things.
Yeah.
The grace is just knows exactly what it is doing. Maybe if there was a rush, maybe it would take the body along with it. So the grace has to function in its own way, and no
Yeah.
mind must be fast or slow.
Yeah. My other question was, Father, I still probably have few barriers to cross, it seems like, with the relationships, and it's more like a relationships with my siblings, and then with my children, and then this marriage I was in, and his whole family. I do not know, like day and night I go into this trap, and I feel like I want to be searching the family, want some connections, something like, it's like a trapped child wanting love or wanting connections or wanting to have something which was all before. But now some things, it can never be same as before, which I understand, because I'm on my own journey and everyone is on their own path too. It's best for everybody. But inside of me, it's not settling. So it's like us in secret, I want to follow some trap. I don't know why. I'm revealing this, but it's very sensitive. It's on the TV. I feel with shame. I'd love to talk without other than this, but I don't know what to do. And this also blocks me. I want to come to India, and I just feel like I can't prepare anything because I'm attached with so many, like especially now with my situation, which is free, but I'm in some kind of I don't know how to put it in words, but I'll try.
What is happening is that in Satsang, this being is becoming unassociated with all ideas, even relationships. And being is just being. So the relationship of being is now with being itself. And you find that as this settling is happening, then even whatever needs to happen can happen. When we want to fix things externally, when we chase the world and chase relationships, then everything runs from us. When we're just being, then many times it is also seen that everyone wants to be around us. Maybe not the same people, but you'll find new people who want to be around you. So all of this will flow very beautifully. But if you want to work on relationships, this energy that I want to have better relationships, all of this itself is pushing relationships away. Who are the ones that are the most popular? Who are the, even in the world, the people that are the most popular are the ones who are just happy with themselves. They're just content. They're the magnets. You see, people are attracted towards those who are just completely content with themselves, even worldly speaking. And then you find people who are looking for relationships, then everybody runs from them.
In myself, like, I'm not looking for relationships. I'm not even wanting anything. I have accepted all this long time ago. But now it's like it's coming like I haven't have peace somewhere. Is that the right way to say it? So it feels like I had a beautiful childhood with families, and then in marriage, beautiful path too. But when all these things happen, I wanted it to work out. I was inside my soul. I was searching somebody to work things out. This is long time, going to almost 17 years now. And I had just 2 days ago, I had a dream. I couldn't see the figure, maybe yourself or Guruji, itself came and held my hand and showed me all the relationships. They all there, but it's not affecting. So I'm not even. I was wanting somebody to come and work, but then this dream, out of this dream, when I wake up, I saw everything peace. There was nothing. I needed somebody to come. So it was like a divine play. It all was that journey up to there. But in my personal nature, which is identity self, it wanted whole thing being like happy family, all this. So it had been like after the dream for hour or 2 hours, okay, but after that it started affecting me in personal state too. So I was just searching everybody, and that started triggering a lot of emotions inside, and I'm sweating to talk to this. I don't know.
Any time, if you call something in the appearance me or mine, it will only lead to trouble. This is the definition of attachment. To call something which is temporary, coming and going, to say that this is mine or this is me. This is the delusion, this is the attachment. And even if momentarily something feels good, something feels nice, that I got something, it will eventually only lead to suffering.
Mm.
To see the appearance is just an appearance is the way of the sage. It doesn't mean that love is not there. It doesn't mean that compassion is not there. Even these are seen as appearances. They are coming and they are going.
Mm.
No resisting any of this. But the minute you say, this I must have, or this is here now, it should not leave, then that is opening the door to identity and therefore opening the door to suffering.
Mm.
No matter how wonderful, how beautiful everything might seem, but if you are attached to something which is coming or going, then it is bound to be trouble, isn't it? Just logically speaking, like Guruji says, looking at the cloud in the sky and saying, this is mine, will it stay?
No.
Keep it in your pocket.
Then where is this attachment where I have, which I, where is this attachment where it causes it suffering itself?
Relationship itself means attachment.
Yes.
So
So
then you want a relationship to be a particular way, to not want relationships to be a certain way. Just whatever is saying that what is should not be in any aspect of our life. That itself is resistance, attachment, identity.
it seems like a lot of guilt is set there because of the conditions and the culture and all that.
Yes, so now you are in satsang.
And that personal state wants something out of that, but I know the self doesn't care anything. It's happy. It has been happy for a long time.
The person always wants something.
Yeah, it wants to show the world that what is what the world wants it the way. Or probably that's what my very early stage of what the life what do you dream or desire was, interest was,
But no person is real.
Then this person or this energy keeps on running into myself, into inside here, and keeps searching this out or making me feel that I don't have it, so I should feel regret or sad or something.
Yes, but your being does not run out of
Being,
space.
it has nothing to do with it. It's just so happy. It's peaceful at this stage. In fact, sometimes I have seen just in the light of no expression that this is okay, but then doesn't stay for too long. That's the catch is. So as soon
Yes,
as the thought comes, sometimes there is attachment, clicks it. If not that, then my younger daughter who is with me, and then her future, and oh, I may not be doing right. If I'm following this path, she is not something, anything it brings out.
yes,
But
yes.
a lot of the time I see it's thoughts, so I just kept on going like it's only the thoughts running. That's what Guruji says, so I just eliminate that way. But then some days I get caught into the whole thing.
Okay, okay. So
It's painful. It gets like I'm not progressing any forward. I'm just stuck into this relationship business, which I have been like all my childhood or my marriage, and all the time it's something is blocking me, while I knew there was something beyond here. So this is what it's like. Clutters me or attaches me or sufferings or whatever. I don't know how to express it, but that's I want to release somehow in from this, so I can be pure to that space where life is, the existence is,
yes.
and that's
So what's happening now is that you're switching from I to I very quickly, you see. Sometimes you're referring to the person I, sometimes you're referring to yourself as being, and sometimes you refer to yourself as the witness even of being. So let's get some clarity about this now. All that the mind is saying, every thought, no matter how true it might sound, is personal. Every
yes.
thought, you see. So give no belief to any thought. That is the meaning of stepping away from the person. Now what do you see? Then you see that I am still here. And energy is being experienced. But this I am that is here, the space in which energy is being experienced, does it feel like it is run out of space? Does it feel like something is really happening to this being? Just check on this. And you will see that it's just some jumping around of some energy. It's untouched by this.
Yeah.
You see, so when you refer to yourself as being, then you can say, yes, energy is experienced. But I have infinite space. It is free to dance around as much as it likes. Then you don't pick up the personal I. Then you stay with this being. At one point, you might want to say that all of this is just witnessed. I am aware of all of this. And the awareness that I am is unaffected by any of this. And from that point, not even being, I see I am this awareness. So when you check about yourself and you inquire, who am I? Then either as being or as awareness, you can remain. But don't pick up the thought, don't pick up the person. Otherwise, the mind will have you all confused and round and round.
I mean, that's where the problem is. I get caught up in that.
The way to
And go
not
round and round cycle, and then go in that secret which mind wants to play. And then later on I feel bad, and then I say, okay, I've played the game which it wanted to, no more next time. And then, but yeah, the cycle keeps on going. It's like in spiral. It has been going for a long time. I didn't speak on this, but then it's getting like I want to not carry on. Exactly what he described, Father.
Yes, yes. The simplest way to not get caught up with thought is not to believe it. And if that doesn't seem simple, then you inquire into it. Ask, who am I? Who is the thought speaking to? And in this inquiry, then you will find that you're no longer able to give belief to these thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the same mind asks me, why is it so painful?
It's only the mind. See, again, it's only the mind that asks. Is being finding it too painful? As long as you keep catering to this mind, then it keeps going on and on. This merry-go-round will go on and on.
I want to stop this. Just truly, just stop it.
Stopping happens. This is the stopping that happens. It is happening. It is happening.
Hmm.
Very good. It's Aparna's birthday today.
Thank you so much, Father. Thank you so much. I love you, Guruji. I love you. Namaste. I'd love to come and see you. I've never seen anybody with such love. It's just you have touched me beyond this. Only, yeah. There's no words to describe it. It's that love beyond the love. Namaste.
Okay, before we sing for Aparna, let's read what she said. She said, "Thank you, Father. Love you so much. Always at your feet. Please burn away any arrogance, resistance, anything which is not in service to you. Thank you again. Very welcome." Oh, before that, Shivani wants to say something. Okay, say. Come, my dear. Haven't heard from you in the hangout for some time, so it'll be good to hear.
I just wanted to make like a little report. It has been seeming like a problem, but it's not. That, like, there's just no interest in Satsang. Like, it's like the seeker is realizing there's nothing to get. You know, like, it's like I don't know. It's like it's all the whole seeking thing is falling away. It's like disinterest is coming. Like I'm not here as often. But the good thing is that I'm still here. Like it feels like it doesn't matter even if the seeker, you know, like the seeking and the whole personhood isn't trying to be in Satsang or isn't, you know, thinking Satsang is all there is and it's the most important thing and it's like, you know, this whole thing that's been going on for 3 years or whatever, that doesn't even need to be there. It's like, yeah, I just wanted to say, because it's been like, there's been thoughts coming up going, oh my god, no, you know, like, the interest is going and all this stuff, I could be panic about it. But not really, at the same time. But I just wanted to say that, because it just, like, I'm here anyway. It's as if I don't, it's like, all this time it was like, thinking that, you know, there was choice about it and, you know, I don't know how to explain it very well, but yeah, it just feels good. It's like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, I can't, just realizing, I don't even know what I'm realizing, but I feel like I'm realizing something. that the person isn't needed. And it's not personal. Like, it's not about me wanting to be in satsang. Anyway, that was it.
Now, what you're not realizing is that once you come to India, we're going to lock you in this room. So you can't leave satsang.
It's just like before, like I would totally ignore my kids. I would, satsang was first no matter what, even if they hadn't been fed or bathed or like the whole world stopped. The whole world stopped, and I was like glued to my computer, and like that's been stopping. Like the other things have been happening, So, like my alarm goes off, and it's like, oh, I'll just finish doing this, Whereas before it was like satsang, and everything dropped, So yeah, it's not that I'm not here, but it's just the whole personhood thing that was behind it.
You'll see that the feverish energy behind anything, including the seeking energy, will be dropped. The only vigilance which is needed a little bit is to see whether it is dropped from everything, and you find that nothing phenomenal has that meaning, that kind of desire now. Or is it just the mind which is saying, yes, even satsang now can be dropped, you see?
It's like satsang was all that was the last thing. Like this was the last thing, like, yeah, because everything else has dropped. Maybe the relationship seeking is coming up again, but even that's getting a whack in the face left, right, and center. So that's good. But satsang was kind of the last. Everything, like, there was nothing. There hasn't been anything for 3 or 4 years except satsang. Like literally, almost literally, apart from things that have to be done. When my mum's not there to do it for me, or someone's not there to do it for me. So it's like this is, yeah, because I don't know, yeah, just there was a little bit of panic come up about it. Like, oh God. But not really. Not really worried. I just wanted to share because it feels like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like this realization, but I don't know what the realization is. It's as though it's like nothing's actually wrong. I didn't need all this stuff. You don't need all this to be in satsang or yeah.
Okay, so very simply, if I can say that in all phenomena, if the presence of the Sadguru is more meaningful than any other phenomena, even if it is losing meaning, it is fine. But if something else is getting more meaning, then we just need to check on that. And you say that it's all just becoming a play which is being witnessed, it's completely fine. Now, why I'm stressing on this a little bit is because in the past it has happened like this, and I see many times it happens in the Muji Sangha also, where something like a relationship thing or something like a work thing, suddenly it can seem like, oh, this is so, I have the space now for this, or something like that, or this man is just perfect, or this work is just perfect, or something like that, And it can seem like, yeah, Satsang, Sadguru is in my heart, right? He's in my heart, so let me just, where is that going? It's not going anywhere. So let me just see what I can do.
It's already played a bit like that and tried, but I exactly like that, and it's like, no, not even going there. But it's like, it was strong. it was quite strong, and I set up a date, and I was going to go on a date, and then I just cancelled the whole thing. It was.
Yes, but yeah, this thing can
Because
happen.
it was, yeah.
Dating can happen. All of that can happen. But as long as you find that the truest urge, your truest desire, if there is such a thing, is for freedom, is for truth. And yet there is no resistance to any of the roles being played. No resistance to, all this natural flow of life. Nobody here is asking us to renounce anything like that.
It didn't seem natural though, Father. It kind of seemed desperate. It was like out of
So then,
desperation. Yeah, so yeah, it wasn't kind of a flow. It was more of like a freaking out and a desperation, I guess.
then it's good. Then it's good that it's dropped. Yes.
Yeah.
How many more days till you're here?
I don't know the date. What's the date today? I arrive on the 9th in the morning.
9th, okay.
Yeah, about
A week,
I think it's
exactly.
10 to 9.
Or 10th, you said.
No, 9th. 10 to 9. The 9th, yeah. 10 to 9 in the morning.
Very.
And the other thing was like, Ambika saying that, are you saying something to her about to come? Like the kid running to the father. Because today on the way home from dropping Jessie off, I was bawling. I wanted to, but I was driving. But also, I just wanted to say, because I don't, I hide. If there's something going on, I'll hide away, rather than, unless it's like, occasionally, I want to, but I don't. I don't.
I don't what? Can you say again? Don't what?
Don't come out and confront it and bring it out, and I kind of hide away when there's some sort of emotional stuff going on. So I just wanted to say that because, yeah, don't let me hide, because I have a tendency of just hiding it.
Yeah, don't let me.
Not letting it come out, yeah. I just want to say.
Hard. And you make fun of the Indian accent. Huh? What is hard?
Hide.
I was struggling to understand what is this hard.
You mean hide? I said hide. Okay.
No hiding. There's no room here to hide anyway.
Yeah, it's funny because I always thought that, I don't know, there was this idea that I was open, but I've realized that I'm actually quite closed, so many times that I feel like coming and saying something and I don't say it, or there's something coming up and I just won't come into the hangout because my face is like, there's like a big frown on my face, or my face.
I don't mind seeing that. The grumpy face.
Yeah, the grumpy face. So I just thought I better, I don't know, expose it so I can't hide so much. Okay, that was all. I'm gonna mute.
I wanted to share with you that so far, like when I review my life, it serves no purpose.
Yeah.
When I review my life, I feel that other than the brief phase at school, which was like the golden period of my life, and after that, like every other role has been extremely awkward and wrought with pain, and I've not played the game in the spirit of the game. It feels like that, and I feel like for large parts of my life, I was not even inhabiting my life, and there's no specific where I was. It seems like I was just not in the flow. I just
Yeah, it can be like that. It can be felt like that. And yet, the truth is that every single moment of your life has added up to you being here right now. Everything is interconnected. Everything has added up to this. Just take a simple example. We met where? At the Art of Living so many years ago. You just came for some of the sessions here. Narad, maybe Ashtavakra or Narad Bhakti Sutras. This was also grace, isn't it? Everything has added up to this moment. You are here right now.
And I also feel that I'm very casually present in Satsang. As if, I don't know if I'm either like suppressing, but most of the time there's a feeling not to enter deep waters emotionally. I don't know if that attitude is correct because anyway, I see that the emotions are, I don't know if that stance is right or I'm not sure about that.
Forget it. No stance will work anyway.
No, I enjoy very much being here, but it's like I feel I'm present in an extremely casual way. And also that whenever I try to be present very intensely, I fall asleep in Bhagwan's hall or whatever. There is a
How do you try to be intensely present?
Huh?
What is the meaning of try to be intensely present?
Try to be intensely present.
Like pay proper attention to every word like that.
Pay a lot of attention and whatever, or consider that something very sacred,
do you feel that,
sacred is happening.
Do you feel that it just passes you by? It's nothing is being registered in satsang, or what is it?
No, I feel that a lot is being registered,
yes.
Which I can't just simply, but by virtue of the body being present here and the ears listening, that's happening.
In fact, if you're making hard work out of it, then that needs to calm down a little bit. Because it doesn't need our, like in classrooms, just like that.
But my pattern has been that I've been extremely casual about everything. Like, and so I feel that now when people ask me, were you serious at this point? I really cannot say that. So I was just
okay, you go to Bangalore station, catch a train to Thiru. Are you casual or intense inside the train to get to Thiru?
Yeah, simply to get there, there's a lot of.
No, inside the train also you're being intense about getting to Thiru? No. As long as you're on the train. Yes. It's not heavy work. It's the simplicity that we are pointing to. It's not intellectual. I'm not going to help you intellectually. In fact, you're a much bigger intellectual than me already. So intellectually, there's nothing to give you. Concepts, nothing to give you. This movement towards simplicity, the movement towards now, is what is happening. Just stay on the bus, you're fine. Sometimes the casualness can seem like, okay, even the bus I don't need, I'll just get to Thiru. So then that is like using Advaita in the wrong way. I'm already there, why do I need satsang? Something like that can come. So that we have to be little vigilant about, because and not that the truth changes, that you are that doesn't change, whether you're in satsang or not. It's just that it is found in most cases that the ones who bought into this idea that I don't need satsang anymore, you see them after some time, you see that suffering is back. You see that identity is strong. And it's all ultimately part of the same play, it's okay. But my role in the play is to remind you not to do that. I know whether that is to happen or not is okay. Okay, Aparna is still here. She said my daughter wants to say something also.
Thank you, Father.
Father, I'll speak 5 minutes ago, Father.
Yes, Maria, just wait for a few minutes. Aparna will come. Yeah.
I have to speak to you. She wants to speak to you.
You want to say something, my dear?
Me or Aparna?
Today is Bobby's birthday.
Yes, it's her birthday. Yes, yes, yes. You want to sing along with all of us for her? Do you want to sing something?
Yeah.
Yes. You'll sing happy birthday along with us?
You have to say yes.
Yes?
To use your words. Use your
Okay.
words. Okay.
You start. You want to start?
You want to start now? Okay, sing. Somebody can talk. Okay, wait. I can't sing. What? Okay, sit. Hey, come this side. You can't turn that side. Come here. Come here. He can't see you. Come. He can't see you. Come here. You can't turn. You can't turn like that. Okay.
The other side.
Happy birthday to you. Dalika, you can't run like that. Come here. Come here. Come. Thank you, Father. Thank you so much. Happy birthday to Bobby. They already said. You couldn't hear it. You were screaming. That's why. Say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Say hello. Say hello.
Enjoying?
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? You like everybody. Why? Looking at me. Oh, you don't like everybody looking at her? God.
You only likes me. Yeah? You only like me.
And Ananta, everyone is looking at her, and Anantaji also looking at her. It's okay. Thank you, Father. Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful, wonderful day. All our blessings and love with you, my dear.
over 3 hours.
Oh yes?
So I know what's her name on the whatever.
Yeah. We just see what Maria is saying and then we
Oh, thank you very much, Father. I'm a little nervous because a lot of emotion were coming into writing, and the perceptions also, my this perception, how all my life I was suppressing about these things that are coming, about express emotions, and it is coming this in my best retreats, and I was with a lot of difficulty to express it to you, because in fact I was all my life suppressing my expression also in the words of the truth of my heart, and trying to perform with mind, because there were no space in my childhood to express anything. Also my breasts, my parents were saying that make a lot of noise. It was at that point sometimes I was, oh, they want me to die or not to breathe. I cannot exist and express. And this was very strong. So I developed this mind very, that tries to do all the rules. And in the best retreats, these things came, mind trying to perform things. So I was feeling a big need of release something, and in retreat in Monsahaja, it came at me. I have the perception I need to scream, and I became to scream and scream. In all my life, I had not do something crazy like that, but it was a hysterical scream. And I heard Guruji say, "Oh, this is not the Catholic Church. Don't be for the people there. This is not the." And something in me was so beaten, but it was not me. This is not the Catholic Church. Ego can pretend be the self like this, and something in me was shocked. Oh. And I was perceiving that it was my mind trying to manipulate Guruji and doing the rule of the self, trying to awake. And it happens and so it was good for me to perceive it. But to perceive, I had to perform. But I found that I was not having the best support in that space for this. I don't want to tell this as a judgment. It's how I feel. In that space, it was the ideal space to perform, to have the ideal support for this. People are not prepared for help someone with what they call a mental illness or something like that. And it was a little difficult. And now in the second retreat, if you are not telling me you go, if you may, you go, I were buying the idea that it was better for me perhaps not go, because they were telling me, oh, you absorbing so much in the first retreat, and with your kind of sensibility, perhaps it's better to you like go slowly. And I'm in a hurry to with this hunger of satsang, and they were telling perhaps it's better to do it slowly, and perhaps you must do it by broadcast. And I was saying, oh, I don't like retreats if I can pay. I don't like, I was doing retreats by broadcast, and I prefer me there. And and I can perceive your amazing heart and your courage to expose yourself. And they were feeding my ego, and I was like to be, and they were giving me also the money in return for me to not go. and you tell me, oh, you go, you speak. And I was saying, all right, okay. And okay, if you want to go. And then in the second retreat, I perceived that I'll scream, it's a trick of my mind. I will not scream, and I was very happy. But another tricks of my mind were coming, and I began to shake, like completely in an awful way, completely an hysterical shake. I was also, it was seeming like a convulsion thing. And it's how I was trying to get inconscient and to free myself with this shake. And we're trying all the time, making me a part of the place of satsang, to not make noise and so on. And I was feeling really angry this of my, and something was saying I must go away, or they want me to go away. And but I want not to, my heart won't know to come away. And so at a certain point a different thing came. And this way I'm not sure if it was a real relief or if it was a rule of my life, of my mind, because I was not trusting in having supportive come a real expression of my heart. Because at a certain point some people were talking about her sins and her pains, and I was feeling as mine too. I was feeling all the time a big synchronicity. This I was feeling all the time. All the questions were my questions when I was not outside because I was making noise at the first 2 days. And in the second day, I began suddenly to feel the pain about the rejection of my mother. She wanted me not to born and to die, and I knew this inside all my life, but I never was able to cry. And it becomes a cry so big. And they were trying to say me, no, don't go with your mind. This is not you. But I know this is not me, my relation with my mother. But it was, I was so in this oceans of cry, this pain, that I came out as big, as far as was possible. And I laid down in the floor, not floor, in the, sometimes I don't have, and I'm nervous. I lay down near the trees, outdoor. I ran, and I was looking for the sky and for the moon and crying very loud. And I had this sensation, it was really a big relief. And I was so happy I may relieve this pain. It was a big pain of being very little and completely alone, completely, without mother and father. And I let it out. I don't want to, but I was as far away as possible, not to bother the people. And I was crying and crying and crying and crying, and suddenly it stopped. It's okay. And I need to share this because my instinct, my intuition says it was now it was not my mind, but I was having space for a true relief. And this were coming, this need of express it with this what's happening with Petra, and today with Shanti. The need of express it because I was realizing the power of trust. There, I was very afraid the rest. It was the second day. And suddenly, after this release, I go inside, and Guruji was talking about, let's concentrate in what is here, this presence. And for the first time, I really was feeling the presence. So this release was necessary. And I asked God to help me. Sometimes I was thinking of you. And I was blessed by you in that space, because I found the strength to rest all the time there. I decided I don't go away. Perhaps for someone it was good, but I don't want to go. And I was there. I took some pills for help me, but I was trying not to express. Sometimes I was expressing some more, and they were coming to me. And no, I don't want to go on. And I decided I will go. And I was using the same strength I was using to fight against people in my life before. I was using there to transcend. And I was there decided, now I will go here until the end. And I was going to the fights, to the to come in, there are that system of lottery. And I was there in the first funds, and Sundays, all the time I was in the front, and I was there burning and burning and burning. It was like a big torture in my body. That's because I was able to to get until the end, and I'm so grateful to you. And suddenly today I perceived that I was so in a hurry to come to the. My mind was saying, "Oh, better to rest some days after come to Satsang with Ananta." But my heart was in a hurry to come, and I began to speak by heart and to trust and to take the risks of be without can't with a blank or say, okay, I don't want to perform. I trust, and I'm realizing why people love you so much. It's amazing, this life. It's amazing. We leave all the things and all our fear. And so suddenly this night, I wake up different times, and I perceive at certain points, my heart was not so blocked as before. Also, when I leave the retreat, I was in a big relief. And I think some people, oh, it's not your best, but you can go in this. There are some spaces, and oh my gosh, let's go. Something like, well, I know these are projections of my mind. There are nothing bad about this song, but these things are part of the game. But it was very good also to find you before this, because I have to have this experience there, perhaps, of to transcend. And this night, so when I was awakening, one of the times I was awakening, I perceived in my heart something open and softly, completely. And oh, it's no, my mind also there. And suddenly it stops. And it happens 2 times. I began to sleep, I awake, and I'm dissolving and also stopped. But I perceived that now I could trust it will happen in the right time. And then at the same point, I was seeing your face near me, and I was feeling so much and much and much in love with you, seeing all this right, and without shy of this love, so innocent. And I need to share this. It's a little, perhaps, the satsang it's getting a little long, but I need so much to share this, because I know that I can trust now, and it will happen. This return to trust and to innocence, and to perceive that I can return to love, because the block I was feeling now in my situation, I don't think I must to scream. I feel that when this fear comes, is here energy dissolving. My screams are here, dissolving perhaps. And the sensation that I also had, as Petro was saying, of being a devil inside, but I supreme this as energy here. So it's this, I'm so grateful and so happy, because I'm finding space and losing this need of perform. If they don't like me, okay. I love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Tarun is here. He also wants to share his report. Okay, come. It's very funny to see, if you look at the hangout, there's a French lady who's in Portugal, there's a German lady, there's people from Pune in India, there's somebody from Denmark, there's Vietnam, there's 2 from Australia, and Tanya is from Bosnia or Serbia, I'm not sure, one of those countries, and Tarun is from somewhere in India also.
Bangalore.
Look at them. Just a little louder, my dear.
Are you able to hear me?
Just about. It's not very audible, but we'll try. We'll try to hear.
Okay. And now, is it better?
Little better, yes.
Okay. I wanted to share that last time when I asked the question that I am able to feel the lightness, the feelingless feeling, but I'm not able to feel joy and peace and all, to which you answered elaborately in one of the hangouts. So I want to share that since day before yesterday, I have been feeling a lot of joy, lot of peace, along with that lightness. I don't know how and when it came, but it just came. There is no reason for it. There is no something special I'm doing, but I'm feeling very joyful, blissful. So thank you for that.
You're so welcome. So welcome. You keep your eyes firmly on the self. You stay with the darshan, and sometimes prasad will come, sometimes there is no prasad. Not to be so worried about that, because every state is coming and going. You stay with the self. And you will find that there are times where you see there's just so much love, so much peace, so much joy. And you learn to trust the one that is controlling all of these appearances, no matter how sublime they might be.
Yes, because I had a feeling that my mind, which was earlier an enemy of self-inquiry, has become a friend suddenly. And in being friend, I saw in one of Muji's video also, it tries to uh, take the attention away from self. It tries to say that how will I express this? How will I communicate this to people? It takes many forms. So yeah, so it tries to come back. Actually, I am able to see that also.
Pretending to be your ally, the
Yes,
self-inquiry tries to come, but it is not needed.
yes. I'm trying to be only the witness for all this. But the joy, I cannot stay away from it. I'm just able to feel happy, very
Yes,
happy.
yes. No need to push anything away. No. Joy is coming, enjoy, enjoy. Moment to moment, fresh, with no expectations about the future. Did you freeze up or is it my connection? Now
Sorry,
you're
yeah, sorry, I did
the,
not get your last statement.
the video was frozen, so maybe the
Yeah,
audio also.
yeah, yeah, connection problem, I think.
Where are you logging in from right now?
Bangalore, from
In
home.
Bangalore.
Yeah. So I wanted to thank you for this initiation, I think. Maybe so you have some role in this starting, I feel. On that day, I was not very sure to say anything, but you asked me that, do you have anything to share? At that time, I was not able to say anything, but you answered my query very clearly next day. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Very good. Very good. It's the time now. We are 3.5 hours. Hmm. Thank you also very much for being in Satsang today. Sadhguru Shri Modi Ji ki jai.
Jay.
Thank you, Ram, for moderating. Thank you so much, Vidya. You can turn the broadcast off now.